Hello students, in this class we are going to deal with propositional logic. Okay, uh, in this lecture we will studies all the basic concept related to the propositional logic. Okay, according to ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, uh, Aristotle. Okay, ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, called father of logic, father of logic. Logic is the correct rearrangement of facts to find the information that we want. The term logic came from Greek word logos, logos, which means statement or discourse or reason or rule or ratio. So logic can also be defined as a study of principles of correct reasoning. Logic has two aspects, formal logic and informal logic. There are two aspects for the logics, formal logic and informal logic. Okay. So informal logic exists in any language as it means same thing or critical thinking as critical thinking, while formal logic or mathematical logic is used to carry out proofs where the language and rules of reasonings are precisely and carefully defined. Logic is used by computer scientists to develop programming languages and to check the validity of program. It is also used to electronic engineers to develop computer chips. So we can say that logic plays a very vital role in today's technological world. Therefore, we can conclude that the main objective of logic is to establish rules which are sometimes helpful in taking decision whether any argument or reasoning is valid or not. So first of all, here we will discuss about the proposition. Okay, what do you mean by the proposition? Okay, how we define the proposition? So proposition is a statement which is either true or false. How we will define the proposition? Proposition is a statement which which is either true or false, which is either true or false, but not both, but not both. It's an statement. So one thing is to be noted here, a statement which is either false, true or false. These two things should be noted here, but not both. Okay. It is a declarative sentence. The meaning should be very clear. It is usually denoted by the lower cases like P, Q, R, S, T. Some authors treat them as capital P, capital Q, capital R, capital S, and capital T. Okay. For example, if we talk about some sentences like Rajiv Gandhi was president of of India. Second, 7 plus 4 equals to 10. Third one, roses are red. Roses are red. And the fourth one, Delhi is in India. And the fifth one, come here. And the sixth one, shut the door. And the seventh one, what is your name? So, students, all the above statements are propositions except 2, 5, 6, and 7 are proposition. That it means that 1, 3, and 4 are proposition. 7, 5, 6, 2, 5, 6, and 7 are not propositions. Because if you talk about it's first of all, it's not a sentence. It's not a sentence. So it's not uh, considered as the propositions. And there is no clear meaning of clear output of this statement. Come here. It depends. Someone may come or may not come. Okay. So it's there is no a clear you can say a clear meaning of this statement. Shut the door. What is your name? Okay. So if you talk about first, Rajiv Gandhi was the president of India. So it's obviously a false statement. It's a false statement. Okay. So it's first of all, it's an statement which is false. So it's the proposition. Okay. It's the proposition. Okay. And roses are red. It is an statement which is true. Okay. So and Delhi is in India, which is also an statement which is true. Okay. So these three are the propositions here. Now next we talk about the compound propositions. What do we mean by the compound proposition? A compound proposition is formed by composition of two or more propositions. Okay, a compound propositions is formed by composition of two or more propositions is called a proposition. Okay, is called a compound proposition or compounds or superpositions. So meaning is too clear here. If we have the proposition of combination of more than one propositions, then we call it the compound propositions. For example, if we talk about here, number one, Rishabh is intelligent and he studies hard. Okay, that is Rishabh is intelligent and he studies hard. Second, sky is blue, sky is blue, and clouds are white. So, students, these two are the compound propositions. Here, first statement contain two propositions. Rishabh is intelligent. Okay, proposition one. Rishabh is intelligent, and he studies hard. And he studies hard. Okay. In this, whereas the second statement contains propositions sky is blue and clouds are white. And clouds are white. As both statements are formed using two propositions, so they are compound propositions. Okay, they are compound propositions. So fundamental connectives. Now we talk about the fundamental connectives. These are the very basic and simple definitions. So first of all, what do you mean by the connectives? The word or phrase used to form compound propositions are called connectives. The word or phrase used to form, okay, compound proposition are called connectives. There are five basic connectives here, and now connectives name, connective words, name of connectives, symbol, their symbol. Okay, so uh, is the cursor now. Number one, not. Connectives word is not. Name of the connectives, negative, negation. The name of this connective is negation. And the symbol is like this. Or you can say this. Okay. Or some of the author used as minus. Second one, and. Name of connectives, conjunction. Okay. And symbol is like this. Third one, or. Disjunction. Name of the connection, disjunction. And the symbol. Fourth one, if then. Connectives word if then. Okay. Implication. Name of the connectives, implication. And symbol right here. Fifth one, if and only if. If and only if. Biconditional. Biconditional. And the symbol is the double arrow. Okay. So first of all, we talk about the connectives not. Okay. Negation. Negation. So if P is a preposition, if P is a preposition, then negation of P is preposition. Then negation of P is a preposition, which is true, which is true when P is false. When P is false. Okay. When P is false. Which is true when P is false. Where P is when P is true. Okay. So it is denoted by negative of P. Negation of P. So if we talk about the truth table for this, that is, and it's the proposition P and its negation of P. If proposition is false, then its negation is true. And if proposition is true, then its negation is false. So it's very simple. Now, for example, uh, if we talk about, for example, P is the proposition such that Delhi is is the capital of India. Delhi is capital of India. Yeah. What happened? I think there is some error. Okay. Okay. P Delhi is capital of India. And the another proposition here we are writing like Q. Vishnu is not a Hindu god. Vishnu is not a Hindu god. Okay. Third one, and another proposition I'm writing here, 2 plus 4 equals to 6. And if we talk about the minus of P, negation of P. So negation of P, Delhi is not capital of India. Delhi is not capital of India. So it's very simple. And similarly, if we talk about negation of Q, Vishnu is a Hindu god. Vishnu is a Hindu god. Okay. And if we talk about the negation of R, that is 2 plus 4 is not equals to 6. 2 plus 4 is not equals to 6. So it's all about the negation. Now, second, we talk about the conjunction. That is, if P and Q are two prepositions, then conjunction of P and Q is a proposition which is true when both P and Q are true, otherwise false. Okay. If P and Q are two propositions, then conjunction of P and Q, P and Q, then the conjunction of P and Q is a proposition which is true when both P and Q are true. Both P and Q are true. Okay, and it is denoted by the symbol S, P and Q. Okay, and the truth table is given by like P and Q, P and Q. Okay, so if P is true and Q is also true, then it's true. If P is false, Q is true, then it's false. If P is true and Q is false, then it is false. Okay. And if both the false, it is also false and it is also false. Wait, let me accept doubts. If it is false, then it is false. If both the false, then it is false. Okay. So it was about the conjunction. For example, if we talk about an example, here is some error. Let me check it. Okay. For example, P is an composition proposition, that is 2 plus 5 is less than 10, and Q is another composition, that is today is Monday and today is Monday. Then P and Q, P and Q says that 2 plus 5 is less than 10 and today is Monday and today is Monday. So it's quite simple, and today is Monday. Another example, if we say that P is the proposition like I am poor and Q is another proposition I am not happy. I'm not happy. Then what about the conjunction of P and Q? I am poor and not happy. I am poor and not happy. So it's a compound compositions. So now we talk about the disjunction. So similarly, here we can talk about the disjunction. If P and Q be two propositions, the definition is quite simple. If P and Q are two propositions, is there is an error, I think. Let me check my pen. If P and Q are two propositions, then disjunction of P and Q, then disjunction of P and Q is a proposition, is a proposition which is true, which is true when either one of P and Q, when either P or Q, P or Q or both are true, or both are true. Okay, and both are true. And false, and false when both P and Q are false. When both P and Q are false. And it is denoted by, it is denoted by P or Q. And it is denoted by P or Q. So it's a truth table. Now we are going to form a truth table, P or Q. So if it is true and it is true, then it is true. And if it is true and it is false, then it is false. Oh, sorry, true. And if it is, sorry, true. And if it is false and it is true, then it is also true. And if both are the false, then it is false. Okay. So, for example, if we talk about the proposition P is same like 2 plus 5 is less than 10, and proposition Q, that is today is Monday, it is today is Monday. Okay. So what do you mean by the pure Q? P disjunction Q, 2 plus 5 is less than 10, or today is Monday, or today is Monday. So if you talk about like the previous one, compound composition, P I am poor and Q I am not happy. So what do you mean by the composition of disjunction of P and Q, P or Q? And that I am happy or I am not, I am poor or I am not happy. Okay. So one thing should be noted here: disjunction of proposition with itself gives same proposition, that is P of P, है ना? With itself, that is P of P is nothing but the P. One another thing should be noted here as a remark: negation has precedence over and which over the symbol, which has precedence over. Okay, what does it mean? That is negation of P and Q means negation of P and Q. Okay, and not, it's not like P and Q. Okay, so it's not equal to this, it may be equal to this. Okay, Construct the truth table of negation of P. Now we are going to forming a truth table here. What do you mean by the truth table of this? Let me do it. For example, construct the truth table of minus P or Q. So how we will design the truth table for it? If it's P and it's Q, then here we will write negation of P and then negation of P or Q. Okay. So what are the combination here for P and Q? There may be the four combination. If P is true, then Q is true. If P is true, then Q may be false. Okay. Oh, there's some issues. Let me do it. Okay. If here is it is P is false, then it is true. If P is false, okay, then Q is false. Not then. These are four combinations. Okay. So if we talk about the negation of P, if P is true, then negation of P is false. If P is true, then negation P is false. And if P is false, then negation of P is true. If P is false, then negation of P is. So now here we are going to find out the negation of P disjunction with Q. Okay. So if one of them is true, then it is true. So it is true. Okay. Then it is false. It is true, and it is also true. Okay. So it's the truth table for negation of P with disjunction Q. Now we are going to form the another table, truth table. Okay. For example, construct truth table for number one, P conjunctions minus Q or disjunction minus Q or Q. Okay. Second one, negation of P or Q or negation of P and negation of Q. Okay. Now here we try to find out the truth table for first one, that is now. Here we write P, then we write Q. Okay. Then we write here minus of P, minus of negation of Q. Okay. Negation of Q. Fine. Then we will calculate here negation of Q or Q. Okay. Then we will calculate P and negation of Q or Q. Okay. So as we know that there are four combinations. If P is true, Q may be true. If P is false, Q may be true, or P may be false, Q may be true, Q may be false. Okay. Not actually, if we write in the systematic manner, like true, 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 false, false, true, false, false, true, true, second one, then true, false, true, false. Okay. And false, true, and false, false. Is oh, what do you mean? Okay, okay, false, true, and false, false. Fine. So there are four combinations for it. Now, if we write the negation of Q, that is, it will be true, then it false, true, false, true. Okay. Negation of Q or Q. That is in both the com- in both the proposition Q or Q. If one of them is true, then it is true. So it is true, and it is true, and it is also true, and it is also true. So all the things are here true. Now, if you talk about P conjunction with negation of Q or Q. So if one of them is true, then it is true, otherwise it is false. If both are the true, okay? In the conjunction, if both are the true, then it is true. So P is true, and it is true, then it is true. Then true, true, then it is true, and it is false, and it is false. Okay? So it is the truth table for the first one. Now we will go for the second one, and here first here we write P, then Q. Okay. Then negation of P is also important, and negation of Q is also important. Okay. Then negation of P uh, and negation of Q. Okay. And then we will find P or Q. Okay. P or Q, and then we will find negation of P or Q. Okay. And the last one is last one column will be here like last one column in the last one column will be negation of P or Q, pure Q, or negation of pure negation, or, or negation of P, negation of P. It will be quite interesting. Negation of P and negation of Q. Let me proceed. Negation of P and negation of Q. So guys, now we have to prepare the truth table for second one. Okay. So first of all, we know that the four combination for P and Q, if it is true, 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 and true, false, false, true, and false, false. So guys, negation of P is quite simple: false, false, true, and true. Negation of Q, it is false, true, false, true. Okay, false, true. Then negation of Q with conjunction negation of Q. That is, if one of them is true, then it is true, otherwise it is false. So both are the false, then it is false. One of them is false, then it is false. One of them is false, then it is false. Both are the true, then it is true. Now, if you talk about P or Q, P disjunction with Q, that is, if one of them is true, then it is true. So, for T and for the first one, both are the true, then it is true. For the second one of them is true, then it is true. For the third one of them is true, then it is true. For the fourth one, both are the false, that is, it is false. Okay. Now, if we talk about the negation of pure Q, so we are talking about the negation of this, that is false, 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 and then true. Okay. Finally, negation of Q, that is this one, or conjunction with this one, not this one, conjunction with this one. Okay, conjunction with this one and conjunction, that is, if one of them is true, then it is true, otherwise it is false. So it is false, it is false, it is false, and finally it is true. So it is the truth table which was proposed in the example second. which was asked in the example setting. So now, guys, we have the another example which you can consider, okay, to practice at your home yourself. So I'm writing here the I'm proposing the examples for your practice. For example, evaluate each of the following expressions. Evaluate each of the following each of the following expression where a equals to 3 and b equals to 5 and c equals to 8 and c equals to 8. So number one, negation of a is less than b or b is less than c. Second one, negation of a is less than equals to b and b is greater than c. So guys, now you have to tell about the true and false only. Okay. So these are the some examples and some definitions of these. So we have studied in this lecture conjunction, negation, conjunction, and disjunction. In the coming lecture, we will deal with implication or conditional, or fifth one biconditional. So guys, see you in the next class, next video lecture. Thank you very much.